Hey guys, Calvin here. Today we're going to add more of Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen into our diets, the link to which is in the description below. Enjoy! When making the goulash/spaghetti recipe, it will check off four of the boxes in Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen. These four are other vegetables, the herbs and spices, whole grains, and beverages. Now we go on how to cook it. So in this recipe of goulash/spaghetti, depends on what noodle you use, the first thing you're going to do before you really start cooking anything is get your onions, about 1 onion, julienne, some carrots, about sliced thinly, about 4 carrots, and then some peppers. Doesn't really matter what color you use, but orange and yellow and red, maybe a green one if you want. Julienne, those two. It's about 4 peppers. And then you're also going to need a can of corn, a can of olives, a kind of small can of mushrooms, 2 cans of tomatoes, about 3 jars of marinara sauce. We got all of these cans and jars from Costco. They come in big packs, so these marinara sauces come in jars of 3, so that's pretty nice. And then you're also going to want some spices. I believe it's a tablespoon of parsley, 2 teaspoons oregano, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of garlic, teaspoon of pepper, teaspoon of thyme, and then you're also going to want let's see, did I say it all? Tablespoon of parsley, 2 teaspoons of oregano, teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of basil, and teaspoon of thyme. So that's about, and then you're also going to want like 3 quarts of water, and then 2 packets of whatever noodle you're going to use. I'm going to use some spaghetti noodles and then some angel hair noodles. Before you start cooking any of this stuff, you want to take a blender of your choice and then take one of your cans of tomatoes, mix it up, shake it, open it, and put it in the blender. Then take all your spices and stuff and put that in there too. Take your other can of tomatoes, shake it and put it in there too. Put the cans away and then take some water. Put it on top. And you can just blend it. Just blend it all together. This makes it so that when you pour this into your goulash/spaghetti, whatever noodle you're using, the spices, what the hell am I saying? Spices get evenly mixed into it. Now that that's done, we can start working on the rest of it. First thing you want to do is turn the heat on for your pot. This is a bit big, but it can be smaller if you need to. Leave it on high. Make sure it's centered. And then let it warm up a little bit first. Doesn't have to be too exact, but maybe like 10-15 seconds. And then once it's done, been sitting for like 10-15 seconds, add your onions and your carrots. need to, use your stirring stick to get it out of the container. And then you just stir them around until the onions are like starting to turn translucent. Add water if you need to. Like if stuff starts sticking to the bottom or burning a little bit, just add some water. It's mostly just waiting. You can clean up it while you're fitting if you want to. You don't have to though. For cutting up a pepper and an onion, if you need any tips on how to do that, you can find links to videos that I made on how to cut them up, and the links are both down below if you need them. Once the onions are starting to turn translucent, you can go ahead and add your peppers. And then continue to cook until the onions are about, like almost completely translucent. Or 5 to 10 minutes.
Add more water if needed.
So you try and keep all the onions and carrots and peppers and stuff evenly spread out across the bottom. It'll cook faster and more evenly, so keep that in mind. Now that the onions are starting to look almost completely translucent, you want to add quite a bit more water so they don't burn or anything, and then start working on adding all your other ingredients. Add enough water to make all the stuff in there about submerged, and then you can start adding your can of corn. Don't drain it. And your can of green beans. Once that's done, you want to take our tomato spice mixture we made earlier, put that in too. Don't get rid of this though, you want to rinse out the top a bit. And put it back on top. You want to add your can of olives, drain this one, and your kind of small can of mushrooms, drain this one too. So they don't get as much as in your faces if you didn't chop them up. Got your finger dirty or something, just wet while you're from the juices of the can. Just dry it off, don't worry about it. And then blend these to chop them up however much you want. But make sure you start them slow, otherwise it's just going to become mush in an instant. Maybe something about like that. Make sure to keep the water you used to rinse it in there, otherwise it won't blend really that evenly. And then if there's stuff left, just take some water and rinse it out. And then now we're done with this, and you can just put it over to be washed. You can also put your can opener away. And next on the agenda that you want to put in is your marinara sauce. Make sure to shake it up so it's not, before you put it in, so it's mixed and not like separated a little bit. All three of them. Don't throw the jars of marinara sauce away yet though. You want to keep them for a little bit longer. Once you've put all three in, take some of your water, put it back in the jars. And then put the lids back on them. And shake them up. Now that you've rinsed them out, you can and pouring it back into the soup, or not the soup, the casserole. No, the goulash. Spaghetti. I don't know. My brain's kind of weird. And then once you've rinsed the jar out, you can then throw it away. Now that that's done, you can add the remaining water, if there is any. And then get your noodles. Get them nearby so you can use them when you're ready. Keep the stove on high heat and then keep stirring. And you're waiting for it to boil. Smells so good already. At this point, you don't have to stir it as often as before, but you still gotta stir it about semi-regularly. If you want to, you could like pull up a chair and watch a video or something while you're waiting for it to boil. Because it's kind of tiring standing here the entire time. But if you don't want to do that and just wait, that's fine too. You could just start doing the dishes, I guess, if you wanted to. You want to use different noodles to keep about the same amount. These are about 500 grams each. Don't worry if it looks really thin, since we're not actually gonna boil the noodles in a separate, we're just gonna put the noodles straight in once it's started to boil. So once the pot of goulash or spaghetti starts boiling, what you want to do is take your noodles and just put them in there. In this case, I'm using some spaghetti noodles and some angel hair, but you can use pepperoni or whatever you want. This is very, oh, there we go. Once you put your noodles in there, you're going to want to turn your heat down to about medium-low. And then start a 20-minute timer. Once that 20-minute timer is about up, your noodle should be done and it should be just ready for you to eat. Oh, except for the fact that it's like really, really hot, so maybe not quite ready. You might need to cool down a little bit. Unless you're okay with eating super hot food for some reason. I don't know. Just personally, I don't think that'd be too nice, I guess. It would be kind of painful. Make sure to stir more regularly when, like right after you put the noodles in, so it doesn't just become a big glob at the bottom. That might not be too speedy. That might be some sauce in the brick. Now that the timer has gone off, the first thing you want to do is turn the heat off. And then you stir the spaghetti or goulash some more so it stops boiling. Once that's done, all that's left to do is to serve and eat it. Be warned though, this does make quite a bit, so if you're eating by yourself, you're gonna want to have some way to store it, or just, downsize the amount you cook, I guess, somehow. And well, that's it. I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.